This is a cross-cultural breakdown of what has been consistently reported by mystics, healers, diviners, and trained seers for thousands of years when using reflective surfaces for spiritual access. We're going to explore visions of archetypes, spirits, timelines, and symbolic fields, and explain how to differentiate authentic mirror responses from projection, imagination, or interference. Let's begin with a simple but critical idea. Mirror vision is symbolic first, literal second. That means what appears in the mirror is not always a direct answer. It is often an encoded representation of a truth. You may not see an angel or a ghost as you would in a film. You might see a flash of light, a sudden face that looks familiar but isn't yours, or a landscape that carries an emotional charge you can't explain. You may see nothing visually, but receive an internal surge of knowing, or a physical sensation that comes with a name, message, or image seconds later. Mirror sight is multisensory. It's not just about eyes, it's about frequency alignment, nervous system receptivity, and symbolic intelligence. In structured mirror work, 3 types of perception tend to dominate. Archetypal visions. These are symbolic images that represent deep energetic themes: the child, the crone, the trickster, the warrior, the serpent, the mother, the gatekeeper. These are not beings, but fields. They often appear when you're facing a psychological threshold or spiritual video. In the mirror, you might see a person staring back who is not you, but is also somehow within you. The face might age, change gender, morph through expressions or features. These are not hallucinations. They are symbolic reflections of dormant or active roles within your own psyche or field. Spiritual contact. These are moments when the mirror field becomes a contact point for other entities: ancestral, guiding, shadow-based, or informational. This does not mean you're summoning spirits. It means you're receiving transmissions from energies that are aligned with your inquiry. These presences may appear visually, orally, emotionally, or somatically. You might feel a cold breeze. You might sense someone watching you. You might hear a voice, not external, but unmistakably not your own. You might see a figure in the mirror that appears and vanishes in a blink. These encounters require discernment and protocol, which we'll discuss further. Timeline distortions. Perhaps the most misunderstood and destabilizing category of mirror perception. These are flashes of events, places, or emotions that do not belong to your current timeline. You may see a version of yourself older, younger, or living a completely different life. You may see a location you've never visited, but suddenly remember. You may feel an emotion connected to something you haven't lived through, at least not here. These are not fabrications. They are dimensional echoes, either ancestral memory, parallel self-bleed-through, or future potential collapsing into present awareness. So what do you do with these visions once they appear?